Hi, and welcome to EUTV's The Review, our first review of the year. I'm Adam.
I'm Molly.
And I'm Verity.
And we're going to talk about horror films because it's Halloween.
What's your favourite horror film, Adam?
My favourite horror film is The Shining by Stanley Kubrick. Big fan of that film.
One.
Really scares me. Modern horror films have got a lot of like jump scares and a lot of the kind of modern horror techniques, and it's a lot slower than that. It's a lot more.
It builds the tension.
It builds tension very well.
It uses like the cinematography just so well to create like just that creepiness. I don't find it like I watched it last year and I didn't find it like that scary.
No, neither. I think you're the only one.
Apparently, like films like The Shining and Silence of the Lambs are becoming increasingly like less scary to sort of younger people because there are so many horror films that use really gory and like I don't know, really realistic, scary images.
So you think we're getting almost desensitized to scary images?
That's what I read about the Silence of the Lambs. Like there was like an article about it on The Guardian. Apparently that used to terrify people and people used to be fainting in Silence of the Lambs, like in the cinema, and that just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, now we get gorier stuff on BBC One.
You got any favourite horror films?
I watched Sinister last year.
Oh yeah.
And that was really scary. I found it really scary. It's kind of like The Woman in Black where they do a lot of the sort of in the background you can just see the face of like I don't know what it is. It's like some kind of monster. And so now every time I'm walking around my house and it's dark, I'm like, what if I turn on the light and he's just there? What about you, Molly?
Okay, I've always, well, I say always, it came out when I was 12, so I've always, since I saw it, The Woman in Black has terrified me, and I know it's not a horror film, I know it's a thriller, but it scared me so much.
Did you watch the old version or the Daniel Radcliffe?
I didn't even know there was an old version.
It's the old version, like from the 60s. Is it?
Yeah, I think it was like the other one.
I saw it at the West End though, and I didn't find it scary there.
Oh, apparently the play version's terrifying.
I didn't find it scary the play because I was just like, oh, it's fine. You know, there's a scene where they're in the playroom in the nursery, and there's like the woman in black is in the corner, and none of the kids playing can see it. And now every night before I go to bed, I still check every corner of my room. I'm like, I've been so traumatized by this film, and it's literally rated a 12.
Any other horror films you want to talk about?
Psycho.
Oh yeah.
Can you count Psycho as a horror film?
I think it would count as a horror film to a 60s audience.
Yeah, this is what like interests me is like the digression of like what you find scary. I saw it Friday, not that it matters, with my dad and my brother, and my nan was in the house and she came in and she's like, oh, I watched Psycho when I was like 18, I can't watch it, it's so scary. And my brother was just like, this is not scary.
Have you ever seen What Lies Beneath?
No, I haven't.
That's really good. I think it's got Harrison Ford in it.
What's it about?
Love
It's kind of
Harrison
about like
Ford.
a married couple that basically they've had some tensions in their marriage and then they move into like a lake house and it's all about kind of she not really knowing if she can trust her husband and he's been acting really shady and creepy and the tension just sort of builds up and up until like there's kind of like there's kind of a bit of a twist at the end. Like it's really good and there's just like a lot of like little moments of kind of jumpy, but it's not kind of like it just builds a lot and it's really interesting and really cool and intelligent.
Monster House.
What's Monster?
Oh wait,
Wait,
is that the Disney one?
Yeah,
No.
the animated one. No, actually it might be DreamWorks.
That's the one where it's like
The house
is
comes
killing
alive.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
That's
Terrifying.
That's made by a really famous person, and I can't think of who it is. I think it's a person who makes Rick and Morty, but don't hold me to that.
They'll probably hold you to that. But
Wait,
no.
Dan Harmon. I think it's Dan Harmon. Were there anything when you were younger, not necessarily horror films, but things like almost like childhood nightmare fuel when you were younger that really scared you and stuck with you?
So I found Snow White really scary.
The animated,
people normally, whenever I would say that, people would be like, yeah, the evil queen is so evil and like she's so scary. But I actually found it really scary when she goes into the woods. I couldn't.
Oh no, because the trees are like reaching out for it. Yeah,
and they're all like animated and getting all angry and trying to kill Snow White. And I couldn't watch it. I would just sit behind the sofa and just like, is it over yet? Is she back to like singing with birds?
When I was younger, something that really terrified me were the Ood in Doctor Who.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
They were so kind.
but they are not. They're kind of scary initially, but then you realise that they're actually very.
No, they were
sweet.
only
Yeah.
scary at the start because they were like possessed and their energy was
Yeah.
being taken from them.
They were possessed by the devil.
Yeah, exactly. So can you
Yeah.
blame them for being nasty?
Yeah.
I
mean,
can't.
The angels were scary.
Angels are
No,
very scary.
Blink, still can't watch it.
I like Blink because, like, as an episode, hasn't got the Doctor in it that much, so it kind of functions as a horror
It's
film
like a
on
one-off,
its own.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool. Molly, what was your scariest
My scariest.
when you were
Oh.
younger?
What a
Apart from Monster
question.
House.
Oh, Monster House was meant to be scary though. I'd say like Pinocchio. I didn't like the idea of someone coming alive and, you know, and being like an inanimate object that was alive and then his nose grew. I just found the whole thing freaky. And I have a phobia of whales.
The
Yeah.
animal, not the country.
The animal that my mum thinks stemmed from watching Pinocchio as a child.
Could you write and direct a horror film about whales?
No, because I can't look
Like
at a
Attack
picture
of
of
the
a
Killer
whale.
Whales.
Can you? That actually made me feel
my
ill.
God.
No, I can't look at a picture of a whale. I'm so scared of them.
Really?
No, I'm terrified of whales. I went to Greece and there were dolphins swimming underneath me, and for some reason this spurred the thought like, oh my god, if there's a dolphin here, there could be a whale here. And I had to get out of the water. I was like crying. My friend was like, you okay? I was like, there could be a whale. They're like, Molly, you're like 2 meters into the water. You're fine.
Have you seen a whale in person?
No. Horror films that aren't horror. Pinocchio, lifelong traumatization.
Pinocchio and whales.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Thank you very much for watching, and happy Halloween.